In this video, I will show you how to recruit all 108 Stars of Destiny based on the storyline. I have excluded the octopus creatures and the squirrel team as they are optional. Riou, your hero joins at the start of the game. Mukumuku is missable, and you can get him after returning to Kiaro. Check the tree behind Genkaku's house 3 times, and he will join you. Otherwise, you have to recruit him later by wandering the path from Green Hill to the Muse/Green Hill border until he enters your active party with 1 open slot. Nanami joins after escaping from the Kiaro execution, if you chose to save her. This cute kobold warrior joins automatically after returning from the Kiaro execution. After returning to the mercenary camp from the Kiaro execution, you can recruit a few characters. Go to Ryubei village and talk to the man lying outside. Pay 3,000 potch for the meal, and Rikamaru will join you. Otherwise, you have to recruit him in Coronet after Ryubei village is destroyed. Next, talk to Millie here and help her find Bonaparte in the forest. Defeat him and she will join you. After that, go to the left side of the forest behind Ryubei village and help the bird nest back up the tree. Go fight a few battles or leave the village. Come back to the same spot and you will see Kinnison and Shiro. They will join you after. Next, have Nanami in your team and go to Toto's Inn. Talk to Zamza and he will join you after Nanami dismisses him. If you missed him here, you can still recruit him in South Window after defeating Solanji's army. You will also need Nanami there. After Toto Village is destroyed, Apple joins automatically for the rest of the game. Now, go back to Toto Village after Apple joins. You will see Hannah there, talk to her, and she will join you. Sai joins automatically after Flik gives you the task of needing his fire spears. Tuta can be recruited in the center of Muse City shortly after your jail release. If you don't recruit him here, he will still join you later on when you defeat Necklord and get the castle. To recruit Anita, find her at the Muse Inn sitting by the bar. You need to flatter her and respond to the following requests. Upon completing one request, exit Muse City and enter again. Repeat this process 3 times. If you don't have antitoxin or don't want to buy it, just reset the game until you get the other 2 requests. After the 3rd time, she will ask why you are doing this. Then ask her to join you, and she'll be part of your team. You can recruit Templeton after Jess gives you the quest to spy on Highland's food supply. Backtrack your way to the destroyed mercenary fortress. After speaking to him there, go to Toto Village and head to the east side. You will see him there. Speak to him, and he will join you in addition to giving you a world map. Gilbert will join your team after taking 1 sword damage in the invasion of Muse Mini battle. You may want to reset the game if he happens to die, which rarely happens. Bolgan, Ellie, and Rena will officially join you after you win the Chinchurin against Tai Ho and Coronet. Flik and Viktor will officially join your party in South Window before the meeting with Grandmire. And after the meeting with Grandmire, Freed Yamamoto joins automatically. Shu will join you after finding the coin in the Radat River. Luke and Dr. Huan joins the team automatically after the defeat of Solanji's army. The game doesn't mention this, but Leona and Barbara also join the team permanently as well. To recruit Amada, you need to defeat him in a 1-on-1 duel in Radat Town after agreeing to take Fitcher to 2 River City. Head to the river area on the east side, and you will find him there. After getting Amada, go recruit Tai Ho in Couscous Town. You will need to win against him once more in Chinchorin, but this time it's 5,000 potch. Make sure to save at the inn as this can take a while if your luck is terrible. As he joins you, so does his brother Yam Koo. Recruiting Ulan in Couscous Town requires you to bring a team of at least 1 female member and no male members other than the main character. Speak to the grandma here and leave town. Return, and now head north and west. You will see a bunch of thirsty dudes. Ulan will appear and beat the crap out of them. Ask her to join, and she will be part of your team. Richmond can be recruited in Radat Town shortly after Shu joins your team. Speak to him, and after losing the heads or tails game, go to the bar in town. Speak to the man at the bottom side, and he will tell you Richmond cheats in that game. He will give you a coin. Return to Richmond and challenge him again. He will join you then. To recruit Yoshino, put freed Yamamoto in your team and head to Radat Town. Go to the bottom side of town to this house. Speak to her, and after the conversation, she will join your team. To recruit Alex and Hilda, go to the inn's second floor in South Window City. Speak to either Alex or Hilda, and after a brief conversation, ask them to join you, and you will now have an inn and item shop in your castle. To recruit Adley, go to the house above the armor shop in South Window City. You need a sacrificial Jizzo, wooden shield, and wind orb. He will request them one by one. When he asks for the wind orb, choose the option to throw the orb at him. He will then join you and build you an elevator in your castle. Bolgan and Clive both come with a sacrificial Jizzo in their inventory. The wooden shield and wind orb can be bought from the South Window Armor and Orb Shop, respectively. To recruit Clive, you need to trigger the scene of meeting Elsa in Muse City above the rune shop after Flik and Viktor got you out of jail, helping her hold the parcel. Then Clive will appear, looking for her. Then head to the entrance to complete the first scene. Clive will then show up at South Window after the defeat of Solange's army. You need to have recruited either Amada or Tai Ho and taken a boat ride from your castle to another city like Couscous in order to get him to join you. Just make sure to choose I can get you to Lake West. For those that want to see all of Clive's scenes, you can stop the event timer in the settings option, so you don't have to speedrun the game just to see a few extra cutscenes. Once you get to Lake West, make sure to visit this house on the top side and speak to Taki multiple times until she decides to join you. She is easily missable as a recruit. When you first get to Two River City, head to the inn's second floor. Enter the first room and speak to Hans. He wants to open an armory. Ask him to join you without charging him anything. If you hustle him for money, he will still join you, but at a much later date. I would not recommend waiting for that money, as Potch is easy to earn in this game. You can recruit Tetsu by heading to the item shop in the Kobold part of town in Two River City. Buy the fried tacos, then go back to this house in Lake West and feed any of your members with it until you see the toasty animation. And speak to him and tell him you like bathhouses. He will join you then. Ridley joins you automatically after you saved Two River City. The same goes for Fitcher. Chaco will join you after you speak to him on the way out. He will also give you your money back. Stallion is probably the first character you want to recruit in Radat Town once you have your castle at level 2, as he gives you 3-time battle speed and running in the world map. However, you need to run or let go 50 times in random battles to recruit him. Also, the 3 times battle speed will be available even if he is not in your party. So, this may be a pain for gamers that don't like running away. Hayo can be recruited in the kitchen area in your castle. From the main meeting hall area of the first floor, head east, down south. Go past the bathhouse and head north. Then, head south until you're in the outdoor area. Ask him to join you, and you can now start handing recipes to him and participate in cooking challenges. To recruit Shiloh, go to Lake West and challenge him in a game of Chinchoran. Win 5,000 Potch against him, and he will join you. Make sure to save at the inn before challenging him, as the RNG can vary each time. In order to recruit Sid, you need Chaco in your party. Then, go to the Winger District in Two River City. Head to the sewers where you were chasing Chaco. Go to the area where the save crystal is. there will be an entrance on the left that takes you to the other side where you can go in. Sid lives there, and it will trigger a scene with Chaco. After the funny dialogue, Sid will join your party despite Chaco's protest. To recruit Gabocha, put Gengen in your party. After that, head to the Kobold District in Two River City. Head to this small house. Gengen will speak to Gabocha. After the conversation, Gabocha will join your team without the game telling you that. To recruit Meg Gadget, head to the Muse Green Hill checkpoint, which is east of Green Hill. You will see Meg having trouble there. Speak to her, and with the help of Gadget, both of them will join your party. To get Wakaba to join your team, find her in Forest Village by the armor shop. The main character needs to be level 31 or higher. Speak to her there, and she will join the team after the dialogue. After that, you want to recruit Tony the Gardener as well, here in Forest Village. Head to the house on the right of the trading shop. Speak to Tony twice in the room here. Request him to join your team, and after the dialogue, he will head to your castle. Recruiting Hix Tengaar is a long process. First, speak to them in the Lake West Inn. After the dialogue, head over to Kobold Village. You will need to help Hix in completing a series of tasks to get his manhood back. Tengaar will pretend to be bedridden and trick Hix to go on a quest to save her. It is recommended to have Stallion in your team to speed up the process. You need to pick up 3 items that involve a lot of roaming around the world map. The first item is the Blue Stone in South Window City item shop. The second item is the Red Flower in Cave of the Wind. The third item is the Green Bell in the sewers of Two River City. After getting all 3 items for the Kobold Elder, you need to navigate through the Unicorn Forest inside Kobold Village. After going through the unicorn scene at the end of the forest, Hix and Tengaar will join your team for helping them out. Amelia will join your team after you reveal to her your true motive in Green Hill. After the story event at Green Hill, Teresa, Nina, and Shin will join your party automatically. To finally get a rune shop in your castle, go to the Two River City rune shop and speak to Jean after the Green Hill storyline. Ask her to join you, and you now have a rune shop in your castle. To recruit Yuzu, you must have already recruited Hix and Tengaar. Head back to Kobold Village and speak to Yuzu here. Help her get the sheeps back from the forest. After that, let her take care of the sheeps in your castle, and she will join you. Vicky will show up midway in Forest Path to Matilda. Ask her to join you, and she will teleport to your castle. You can now teleport to all accessible cities from now on. To recruit Futch and Humphrey, you will need to complete the Rakute mountain quest. Go to Highway Village first, then go to the inn and start speaking to Humphrey by the window to start the quest. Pick any option when talking to him, and he will pay for your lodging after the conversation when you speak to the innkeeper. On the next day, head outside the inn and see Kent talking about wanting to see a dragon and running off to the mountains. Head back to the inn and speak to Humphrey. Futch will mention Kent is missing, and after the dialogue, speak to the innkeeper once more. Head down to the lobby the next day and everyone is worried about Kent being MIA. After some dialogue, agree to help them find Kent. Then, head over to the Rakute Mountains. Navigate to the top of the mountain, defeat the Harpy boss, and save Kent. After the whole thing is over, Futch and Humphrey will officially join your team. The 2 knights, Camus and Miklotov, will join your team after Miklotov witnessing the horror show at Muse City. Both Kiba and Klaus will join your army after they are defeated in the major battle after meeting in Radet Town. You can recruit Bado once your castle is level 3 and you have an animal character such as Shiro or Mukumuku in your party. Speak to him and he will join you and give you 2 listening crystals, which you can use to recruit any of the large monsters later. Recruiting Connell requires a sound set. If you helped Elsa early on in Muse, you already have one. Otherwise, farm one from the yellow Dorami elf in Green Hill Forest, or find it in Radit's item store via rare finds. Then head to Forest Village and go to the house above the inn. Speak to Connell with a sound set in your inventory, and he will join you. To recruit Ayda and Feather, go to the north part of Forest Village. You will see Ayda trying to protect Feather. After the dialogue, fight the enemies and choose to use a listening crystal given by Bado. Ayda and Feather will both join the party after this incident. Do keep in mind that Feather takes up 2 spots in the party. After getting Feather, it's time to recruit Siegfried. You do need to have already recruited Hix and Tengaar. Make sure to bring a maiden such as Nanami, Tengaar, or Sierra. Teleport to Kobold Village and go back to the Unicorn Forest. Once you're at the end, use the listening crystal. The unicorn will approach your maiden in the team and join you. Just like Feather, Siegfried takes up 2 spots in your party. To recruit Lebrante, you will need a Celadon urn. You can get them from the rope climbing mini-game that costs 10,000 potch in your castle or the trading market in Gregminister. After that, teleport to Radat Town. Go to the appraisal shop and ask Lebrante to join. Give him the Celadon urn, and you will have an appraisal shop in your castle. To get Simone, you need to buy the Rose Brooch from the Banner Village item shop under Rare Finds. Make sure to save your game in the inn before looking for it. Reset the game if you do not see the Rose Brooch item. After that, go to the river area in Radat Town. Hand him the Rose Brooch and ask him to join your party. After forming an alliance with the Tauran Republic, you will be given a choice to pick either Kasumi or Valeria to aid you in the fight against Luca Blight. Here are the pros of picking Kasumi or Valeria. It is up to your personal choice, and I usually would pick Kasumi just so I can recruit the other ninjas much earlier. However, if you enjoy war battles, Valeria's cavalry ability is very useful. Sheena will join your team automatically after getting lectured by his father, President Lepant. You can find Lorelei just above the Gregminister Inn. Speak to her there, and she will join your team if your castle is level 3. Gordon in the Gregminister trading market is probably the most annoying recruit to get, as you need to trade at least 50,000 potch profit to get him to join you. The easiest way to get them is to play the level 3 rope climbing challenge in your castle and win 3 to 5 Celadon urns and sell them to Gordon. Winning 2 to 3 gold bars will also work, but you will need to have recruited Kasumi to enter the Rockaxe Hamlet trading market, where you can sell the gold bars for more than 15,000 potch each. Otherwise, here are some trades you can do to get the 50,000 potch. Each time you speak to him, he will let you know your progress. After you hit the target, he will ask his son to take over and your castle will have a trading market. You can get Mondo and Sasuke right after the Gregminister trip if you have chosen Kasumi. You need to find the secret ninja village, Rockaxe Hamlet, which is located in the area right after the latter area on the way to Gregminister. After entering, a cutscene will happen, taking you to Hanzo. Mondo joins right away after the dialogue, while you will need to go to the house next door, speak to Sasuke with Kasumi in the team, and he will join. This is only doable if you have Kasumi. Otherwise, you have to wait till your castle is level 4. To get Bob, you need to have recruited at least 80 people. Once that is achieved, go to 2 River City and head to the Kobold District. Speak to him here and he will join you. When Sai lets you know he left some tools in the house, create a team with him included and head to his house in Ryubei Village. Then enter the house to see his daughter Tomo. After the dialogue, Tomo will join your team. To recruit Anna Lee, go to the inn in South Window. A scene of her will occur. After she leaves the inn, go to the area outside Grandmire's office. Speak to her and pick the option to hear her sing. After that, she will join your party. Speak to Killy here in South Window. He will mention something about the Sindar ruins. Pick the first option. After the dialogue, go back to your castle and speak to Alex. A scene will occur. Help Alex, and after that is over, go back to South Window and speak to Killy multiple times. Ask him to join you until he agrees to your request. To recruit Karen, go to Couscous Town Inn. Speak to her here. You will need to complete a dance move in order to get her in your party. For me, the dance moveset is number pad 8, 4, 6, 2, 8, 2, 6, 4. You can practice a few times if you're having trouble with it. Go to South Window City after Luca Blight is defeated. Maximilian will request to join you. Accept his request. If you deny it, you will lose him forever. To recruit Hoy, go to Reddit Town's bar after defeating Luca Blight. You will see him pretending to be you. After the scene, speak to him. Tell him to stop the cap, and eventually people will realize he is an imposter, but you also end up getting kicked out due to association. He will join you regardless after this incident. To get Long Chan Chan, go to Crom Village with Wakaba in your party. Go to the inn, and you will see him running away without paying for the food. After that dialogue, follow him and go to the house southeast of town. He is hiding behind it. Speak to him, and after some interaction with you and Wakaba, he will join your team. After getting Long Chan Chan, go to the house on the north side. You will need a window set in your inventory. If you don't have one, farm the air lizards from the Tigermouth Path. Speak to him, and he will join your team. Raura can be recruited once you get to Tinto. You need to have recruited Jean and let her know that she is now in your castle. She is located outside of Gustav's house. Speak to her, and she will join you after. After you have defeated the Necklord and freed everyone from the zombie infestation, the following characters, Gimu, Hauser, Khan, Koyu, Lo Wen, Marlowe, and Sierra, will join automatically. As for Jess, he will join you if you accept his apology. Otherwise, you will lose him forever. After defeating Necklord, go to the mountain path crossroad to Tigermouth Village and take this path. You will see Georg Prime standing at the edge. Speak to him and request him to join you. To recruit Gentetsu, go to South Window City after defeating the Necklord. Speak to him here, and he will test your strength. You need 400 total strength in your team to pass it. Once that condition is met, he will join your team. Go to Green Hill City. Head over to the inn and speak to Pico. Tell her about Anna Lee. He will join you shortly after the dialogue, leaving the girl super angry. After Pico and Anna Lee are recruited in your castle, you can head back to Tinto, go to the armor shop, and speak to Alberto. Let him know that both his friends are in the castle, and he will join your team. To recruit Jude, head back to Green Hill City. Speak to Jude in the weaponsmithing room of the Youth Academy. He will need some clay. Now teleport to Forest Village. Head all the way north and go behind this building. Speak to the man here, and he will give you some clay. Now, head back to Green Hill City and give him the clay. He will join you then. After liberating Green Hill, have Viktor in your party and head to Couscous Town. Visit the weaponsmithing shop and speak to Tessai here. He will admire the celestial sword and offer to join your team. You now finally have a weaponsmith shop in your castle. To get Vincent, put Simone in your party. Go back to Raydat Town's river area where you found Simone. Speak to Vincent and he will join your party. To get Genshu, you want to take the boat from either Couscous Town or your castle and go to Coronet. Make sure to have at least one character with a weapon level of 14 in your team. Speak to him and he will join your team after. To recruit Pesmerga, Go back to Cave of the Wind and travel to the end of the cave where the Celestial Sword is located. Speak to him, and he will join your team. In order to get Mazus, you need to go back to Tinto Mines and head over to the Save Crystal area. Now follow this route, and you will get to Mazus once more. Speak to him, and he will join your team.